Welcome back to episode 56 of the Purple Rain podcast with your boy Simply AS10, Sutton Def, and oh wait, is that future Defensive Player of the Year Patrick Queen below me? Yes, it is. Big thank you to our new number 6 coming out to episode 56 of the Purple Rain podcast. How are you doing tonight? How you doing?
I'm good. Appreciate y'all for having me though, for real.
Man, like I said, we cannot thank you enough. I know we got a couple of questions for you. We don't have a lot of time tonight. But how's OTAs going? I mean, the cicadas are out. We all saw your, press conference. How's that going?
It's smooth besides the bugs flying everywhere, but we working for real though. It's great to see everybody over there competing and just trying to be a better team, trying to get the ultimate goal that we want. So OTA is going real smooth, and we get all the guys next week from again. So can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Sutton, I know you had some questions you want to ask him, so if you want to go ahead, just let him fly.
Yeah, man. I kind of wanted to ask about kind of the culture and the mentality around the locker room and with the Ravens team right now. Obviously, Patrick, you've been on a lot of football teams in your life. Can you speak a little bit about what the culture, what a good culture, what a good camaraderie and mentality within the locker room, within the roster team? What does that do for a team, and what has it done for the Ravens so far?
It's just a good vibe. Everybody wants to be great. It's hard to explain unless you in that moment and you feel it. It's like everybody comes to work every day with their on their mind, just to get better, from the top guy to the bottom guy. So, there's really no weak link at all. So, we always come in there every day ready to work, from Harbs to EDC to Rashad to whoever it is, they working hard. So, it's like the locker room it's electric.
Yeah. Things you love to see. Then just want to ask you real quick. You were a rookie, no mini camp, and you said you weren't fully 100% until week 6. Your stats, week 1 to week 5, disgusting, nasty. Yeah. I mean, defensive player of the week. And also you played in one of the best games we've ever seen in the past 10 years, the Browns Monday night game. Then defeating the Titans, going on the logo. How was that? Your first year? How just had to be crazy.
It was up and down ride. I mean, I started off hot, didn't finish too good, but I mean, I tried. So, like I said, I ain't getting in shape till week 6. I remember 4 play in the game, I'm holding my hips, damn, this is about to be a long game. But it all worked out, and I finally got in shape. And just the passing game I was struggling just too much. I don't know if it was just not simplified or if I was just overthinking it, but for sure I got it down pat now, and it's time to take it to another level. Everybody expecting me to take it to another level. I'm expecting for myself to take it to another level. So, it's time. I mean, great season. Can't complain, really, but it's stuff I want to go better. And the logo thing, it was just a random part. I went over the doubt markers up, and then all of a sudden I sprint to the logo. So I'm oh, shit, he going, I'm going.
Man.
And it's funny because he says you say you were out of shape from weeks 1 through 5 or 6, but your very first game in the NFL, you had 8 tackles, a forced fumble, and a sack. So it's this guy's amazing. This guy's amazing, and he says he wasn't even in shape. So needless to say, the REIGNGANG, the Ravens blog, everybody's super duper excited to see what you have to offer this coming up season. We know it's going to be chaos. We know it's going to be chaos flying around the field, that whole defense. But I have another question for you though. Earlier today, your teammate, Marlon Humphrey, he actually tweeted something about macaroni and cheese, man. He said that macaroni and cheese is nothing more than just cheese noodles. And he was like, it's not good. So I know, what are your kind of thoughts on that? Do you like macaroni and cheese? And what do you think about what Marlo said?
I love macaroni and cheese, and I feel like Marlo should be cut. Cut him. No more part of Baltimore at all. Done. Get him out of here. That's sickening. I don't know where he grew up, but
must be Alabama.
Gotta be Alabama. Gotta be.
Man, then just last one for me. Your toughest matchup last year. You played the Chiefs, AFC champions, Deshaun Watson, Derrick Henry. But who was the toughest guy you went against, all around?
That's tough. If we going if I could say as a team, it's probably the Chiefs. Because they got Clyde, then they got Tyreek Hill, then they had Tammy, then they had Kelsey. So it's everybody on a whole nother level. But as far as back goes, I'll probably say Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, that duo is sick. Both of them can lower the shoulder. Both of them got speed. Both of them can hit the corner and go. So both of them you got to take into account. Like they're great backs, they got everything they need. So when you play them, you got to bring your A game for sure.
But speaking of the Chiefs game, that wasn't a horse collar. That was a BS call. We all saw it. I hated it. That was a clean tackle on Tyreek Hill. Come on.
Still got fired. Well, I argued every point I could, and I still got fired. So it's all good.
I hated it. That's all we got. Don't know how much time you have left. How's that looking? Can we get like 1 or 2 more questions?
Yeah, y'all good. We'll keep rolling.
All right, for sure. Rain Gang, you have any questions?
Let's see. I see the Rain Gang in the chat. Let's see. We got our guy Falou in the house. Says, what was your real reason for changing to number 6? And I know you were talking about it the other day, kind of with your hometown and everything like that. But was there any other reason, or was that just like kind of the main reason?
That was the main reason. Like it's just where we're from. Like everybody you see, like the clothing line, music, whatever they make, they name got 6 in it somewhere. So that's what we just try to rep the city as best as we can. And then it's just a swag of a single digit. Everybody want to rock a single digit. I rock it my whole life until I got to the NFL. So NFL make a rule change. Why not?
Yeah,
love it.
Got another question coming in from our guy Hoodie Ramey from Twitter. He says, favorite gun in Warzone, PQ?
Ooh.
I've been away from my PC, so I haven't been on Warzone a lot lately. But favorite gun for me is the M4A1. It's so smooth, and it really got a punch to it. I mean, I could drop a whole squad with the M4A1. So
okay. Hey man, maybe we can test that theory one day. Maybe we can get on Warzone. Maybe we run some trios. Maybe we get Ramey involved. We run some quads. I think that'd be.
I was in his lobby. I got cleaned out. I thought I was good at Warzone. No, I'm not. I thought I was. They humbled me. Him and his whole squad humbled me. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Humble.
Let me find out. Patrick Queen got the skills in Call of Duty.
Nah, it's good for sure. Though when I get back, it's good.
All right, let's see. Just one more question here coming from our guy Christopher Swain. Says, Patrick, do you feel like you know the defense any better, or like you understand the scheme any better going into this season as opposed to your rookie season?
Yeah, I was always familiar with the scheme. I was in the same scheme in college and stuff, so it was always familiar. It's just the terminology changed and then the position changed. So it was just trying to learn how to do the things in that position with the terminology, communicating with the whole defense, learning different people. Like I haven't been around like these grown men out here, and I'm a young ass kid trying to figure out like how to talk to these men, like how to conversate with these guys and stuff. So eventually I settled in. I started talking to Chuck. Chuck was the first vet I talked to, and he really kicked it to me and kept it real. And ever since then it's just been a steady grind and a steady climb up. So I feel like this season it's a lot to look forward to, for real.
Yeah,
I know we're all excited. I cannot wait for that. And also speaking of young, like you now have a new linebackers coach in Rob Bryan. He has a personality. We saw it on YouTube. How is it being taught from a guy who I believe has a Super Bowl ring? I mean, it has to be great for you and the young linebacker core.
Yeah.
Bro, it's insane. Like he got so much knowledge, but the dude is so funny. Like you can't even concentrate half the time. But it's insane, bro. But I love it. Like when we go out to practice, people actually like you want to practice because he's so funny, he's so energetic, and he bring that energy to practice. So I mean, I love the dude already. So
man, love to see it.
Definitely love to see it, man. But Patrick, listen, we're not going to take up any more of your time. We appreciate you coming on, man. We are really excited to see what you have in store for us this season in the Ravens. Like we know you're gonna kill it. We really know that.
Level up.
We know you're gonna level up. # level up. And another thing too, if you're ever around Baltimore area and you want to do like a photo shoot or like a video shoot, me and this guy Alex, we got you, man. We can pull up on you. We got you. We can get a little Purple Rain production going for you, man.
For sure, appreciate that.
No worries.
Sir. Anytime.
And once again,
man.
Thank you to you and the whole Rain Gang. Thanks you too. I can't thank you enough. He's a man of his word. I don't know if you remember I asked you on Twitter. He said, "Soon, here it is." Man of his word, PQ.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Through, man. Fall out, man. All right, peace.
So there it is.
Everybody.
We told you. We had a surprise for you, and that's what it was. We've been working on that for a while now. And if you're asking about Sutton's mic, he has some technical difficulties using the AirPods, but we just had to get that done. I mean, it's not every day you have the future Super Bowl champion, future Defensive Player of the Year, Patrick Queen, on the Purple Rain podcast. But yeah, it's here. So
Hey, do you think we deserve a like? Can you guys like the video?
I think a like and a subscribe is much needed. Maybe a sub. No.
Maybe a sub. Oh.
I'm
maybe notifications, turn on the alerts, something, because you never know. You never know with the Purple Rain podcast, you know?
But I mean, we can just talk about it too. I mean, OTAs. They had a press conference, and Patrick Queen had his press conference, and he was talking about everything kind of we talked about. How this? Can we just think about it? Weeks 1 through 5, he wasn't 100%. That is scary for the NFL. Like, we're talking a crazy season. I'm expecting it. 8 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 sack in his first game in the NFL.
Game 1. That's crazy.
And then what's up?
Before you go any further, we have a couple of super chat donations that I did miss. I want to get these up on the screen. This one's coming from Shamil Malik. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you, bro, for donating. He says, Patrick Queen, WTF. I don't even care about Todd Gurley anymore, man. Yeah, man. Big shout out to PQ, man. And big shout out to you, Shamil Malik. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We have another super chat coming in from our guy, Darius the Official. Appreciate you, man, each and every time. He says, man, this is a real treat to see Patrick Queen. Love you, Rain Gang. And yo, Pat, what's your favorite Call of Duty of all time? Sorry I didn't get to this, man. I was trying to focus in on PQ while he was in here. And plus, like, you know, things are kind of rough right now. My mic stopped working right before the show started. And I was like, okay, really? Episode 56? It's like, gonna stop working now. So I apologize, guys. But, just try to rock out with us here.
Yeah.
But like the video. And we appreciate you, Darius. We appreciate you so much, dude.
Hey, you maybe shoot him a tweet. Maybe he'll answer you. I know he's active with the fans, so why not? Just go ahead and throw that at him.
Yeah. Let's see. Our guy, Engraven Vid, says, I love y'all. Really proud of y'all, too, man. Love it. Love you, too, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, Engraven, man. You are the true inspiration.
I was DMing Engraven some group streams with the Ravens YouTube coming this summer, so be on the lookout.
Oh, yeah.
We got to run it back.
Be on the lookout for that. Absolutely. But let me see what we have here. I think I saw my guys from my guy KLA Sports is in the building. What's up, man? Sorry we didn't get to bring, all you guys' questions on the screen. Wish we could, but PQ's a busy man. He's on limited time. So yeah. I got G Money's in the house. Jero, what's up, Jero? How you doing, man? I also saw my guys from Lunch Break Hot Take in the building. Big shout out to those guys over there. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to their channel as well. John James, just kind of getting the whole Rain Gang in here. SG, Jamie Productions, Unknown Goat is in here. Of course, I got Christopher Swain, Mod K-Dog in the building. Big shout out to K-Dog. Jason really says, Sutton, is your mic good? No, it is not. And I'm going to have to see about that.
Yeah.
But I think Jason Ridley's the one who always asks me about my Apple Watch bands, if I'm not mistaken. Today, I'm actually wearing what I'm wearing now.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yes, sir. The Ravens Apple Watch bands. So, I got to switch it up on y'all. But yeah, let's get back to the whole OTAs thing. What have been like your takeaways, like just recently, Alex?
Yeah. Let's just say I'm loving that we're just working with the running backs. The running back out the backfield, catching up the backfield. They're working on that. You love to see it, and just loving to see the tight ends. They said Eli Wolf is looking good. Mark Andrews. They said he's looking good. You really can't ask more for what's going on. Knock on wood, thankfully. None of those things that happen then can ruin your season. I'm not going to bring them up, but thankfully none of those. Yeah. And we're just getting back to 100%. So you really can't ask for more of what's going on. And it was all it wasn't mandatory. It was all voluntary. So you just love to see it. And I mean, next week, mandatory. So we're going to see even more. And we're going to see the whole squad out there. And I cannot wait for it. But did you have anything else you want to add to it?
Honestly, man, I've seen a lot of good things, especially from of course we haven't seen a whole lot of video yet, and I'm sure we'll see more when the actual training camp starts. But I'm very excited for our running backs. Of course, we just signed Gus Edwards to an extension, but J.K. Dobbins, he's actually been putting in that work, working on his pass catching. Everybody's seen the picture of him catching that pass over Malik Harrison at this point, basically mossing him. But yeah,
we'll talk about
excited.
it. We got to talk about that.
We'll talk
and
about that
we will.
Sure.
Man.
Will.
But do we want to get into like things to talk about, like an actual episode now? Because that was hectic. I'm gonna say that was probably the craziest next to the draft. That's kind of one of the craziest moments in the Purple Rain podcast history.
Oh yeah, that's the top 2 and not 2 moments in Purple Rain podcast history for sure.
Much like the Ravens this year, top 2. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But news broke out this morning, around 7-ish a.m. you sent me the tweet, and I was waking up, getting the sleepers out of my eyes. And I thought, is this real? Todd Gurley, former Rams running back, former All-Pro, former Falcons running back, visiting the Baltimore Ravens. We can get some instant reactions on this. How do you feel about it? How do you like it? What was your instant reaction? Because I'm biased, obviously, with Todd Gurley, but what did you think?
So instant reaction. I wake up this morning. I check Twitter. Roll over. I feel like, am I the only one who wakes up and checks Twitter before they even get out of bed just to make sure that nothing crazy happened? You do it too, Alex? Okay, so I'm not the only one. Cool. So I wake up, roll over in bed, get my phone, and see that Ian Rappaport, or whoever it was, tweets that Todd Gurley is scheduled to visit the Ravens. Now, I scroll down a little bit more to look at the comments, and I see somebody say that Todd Gurley's actually from Baltimore, which I did not know until today. I didn't know that. I really didn't. I'm sorry. I did not
get a load of this guy. Come on,
I know, right?
Come on.
But initial reaction to, for like how it could impact the Ravens, I was kind of like skeptical about it at first because I'm just like, okay, we already have a stacked backfield. We have a J.K. Dobbins. We have a Gus Edwards. We have Justice Hill if we need him. And, of course, we have one of the best rushing quarterbacks of all time. So why do we need a Todd Gurley? But then I thought about it a little bit more.
Okay.
If we can get him at the right price, we know that we could probably bargain with him. He has struggled with injuries, things like that. He is from Baltimore. He grew up a Ravens fan. I feel like he wants to play here. If we can get him on a good deal, I feel like I would not hate the move at all. I wouldn't hate it at all. We got to remember, just 3 years ago, Todd Gurley had a chokehold on the NFL. I know he definitely had a chokehold on fantasy football because he was really good pass catching as well as running too that year.
I'm so happy you brought that up. So, what do our running backs lack in? Pass catching.
Yeah.
In his career, 243 receptions. That might be more than, outside of Sammy Watkins, than all the receivers in the Ravens combined. I'm not too sure. I have to check the math on that, but I know we're hitting close up there. And also the 17-game season too. I mean, we talked about it. A running back can get ran into the ground like Gurley did, like Ezekiel Elliott did, and like we might see Najee Harris did. But if it can be a cheap contract that is working out for all of us, we can carry 4 running backs. We did it last year, then years before. I say why not? Justice Hill was be primarily special teams, and he can come in as a different change of pace. I mean, I'm honestly all for it. I don't see anything bad about it.
Yeah. Real quick, we have some Super Chat donations to get to before we keep going tonight. Let's see. We have a Super Chat donation coming in from our guy, Gerald.
You know it's about to happen. I'm going to have to go.
Our guy, Gerald. Thank you so much, Gerald. We appreciate you each and every time. He says, I had so much to talk about, but I was blown away by the surprise. Anyway, there were some ups and downs at camp, but I'm expecting great things from the receivers.
Who isn't? I mean, who isn't expecting great things? We're all expecting great things, and we'll get into the title of our show. Why the 2021 Ravens will be better than the 2019 Ravens, but it's getting some little housekeeping stuff. The big news out the way,
right?
And there will be ups and downs, but let's hope there won't be one thing. And the one thing, it starts with an I and ends with an S. We want to talk about it because it's hit us way before. But outside of that, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, what are you looking forward to? More of the J.K. Dobbins pictures of him, Austin, our players?
Man, I'm really looking forward to, like Gerald says, I'm expecting great things from the receivers because of T. Martin and Keith Williams. Everybody says it time and time again. You can even see the official Ravens media. They talk about how T. Martin and Keith Williams, they are, for one, they're attached at the hip, so they're always together, always, just talking to each other and building that chemistry with each other, and then also building that chemistry with the players. They're on they're by every player's side as they take each rep in these OTAs. And I expect nothing different in training camp. So by the time the season gets started, I feel like this receiving core is going to be a well-oiled machine because we still have 2 months. Guys, we still have 2 months until any football is played. So that's 2 months, for that receiving core to gain chemistry with Lamar, to gain chemistry with Greg Roman and what he wants to call on offense. So very great point there, Gerald. And we appreciate you again for your donation. Now, we have another Super Chat donation coming in from Spencer. Spencer the Realist.
Oh,
Spencer is the Realist. You are great, man. We appreciate you for donating and supporting the channel. He says, thanks for bringing on PQ. No problem, man. Here's a McDouble for both of you. Much love.
I want to die right now, but I think I'll slide my McDouble with a Sutton if that's cool. You want to have it? Or
I don't really eat too much McDonald's. Not gonna
Neither do
lie.
I. That's
Maybe
all
we'll
good.
talk about some fast food stuff later in the show.
Oh, we might
Save
have
save
to.
your Spencer, stick around and we'll talk about some fast food later on. But let's see what else we have from you guys here about the whole Gurley thing. I saw somebody, our guy SG here says we want to stack at offensive tackle and running back, but we don't want to solidify our pass rush. Now that's kind of like that was the knee-jerk reaction for me. I was like, Todd Gurley, why is it not Justin Houston? So what were your kind of thoughts about that?
He's not going to be taking up a detrimental amount of cap space. It'll be a minimum, if anything. Because he got his payday from the Rams, the 4-year, $52 million contract he signed. They eventually cut him from, but oh wait, he still has money from that. I don't think he's looking for a big contract. I think he's looking to still play. And if he wants to play, it's either between us or the Lions. Obviously, the Lions have his former quarterback in Jared Goff, but the Ravens, he's from here. It's kind of like your past versus your present. I mean, what's he going to pick? Hopefully we can get a little hometown discount, and if he wants to win, he'll come here. But I'm all for it, honestly. I think we are still going to get a pass rusher. I think it might be Olivier Vernon. I think they are waiting to see because I think he'll be cheaper than anybody else out there.
Yeah. Agreed. Let's see. Our guy Ramey chimes in. Big shout out to Mod Ramey in the house. Says, only thing bad about it could be price, but if you make it a cheap, incentivized deal, what's the problem? Also, I feel pretty confident EDC won't overpay a depth running back 3 signing. Yeah.
This is the one. Look at the Jawan James deal.
Mm-hmm.
$500K. If he gets hurt, we're not spending much. This could be the same thing.
Yeah. Now, Tyler brings up a pretty interesting point here. He says Todd Gurley would be nice, but for his career at 26, he should join the Lions and have a rotation with their running backs instead of being an RB3. How do you feel about Todd Gurley being an RB3 on our team?
Mark Ingram was last year. He's a former Heisman winner.
Yeah, but Mark Ingram, he got very, very limited touches. And it felt like we were, at a certain point in the season, it felt like we were giving him sympathy touches. It felt like
we were
giving him the ball.
Oh, we were.
Yeah.
We were.
So it's like
Week 17.
How much of the pie would Todd Gurley get stepping into that RB3 role, you know?
Wide receiver, running back screens, plays where he can run routes because he is very effective out the backfield. And he can still hit the hole. The speed isn't there. His knees are arthritic. But he still has that drive, and he'll be playing for his hometown team. And to bring it even cooler, when he played the Steelers in 2019, I know we have some Steelers fans in here, he hates the Steelers still. He grew up a Ravens fan. So why not you play for the team you rooted for, go against a team you actually hate, and go and score on them? That's kind of like I'm really drawn to him because he's from Baltimore. I love that. But I do think if we got him on a minimum deal, I definitely think it's a beautiful, beautiful signing. It can be overlooked, I'm sorry, because he can that's a former All-Pro running back for like nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I got KLA Sports in the house. Big shout out to him. Says, I was confused because I was like, where's Houston? But Gurley would be good depth and could be the wide receiver back. Or we could use him in special packages. And he's a Baltimore native, so he's fine with it. Yeah, agreed there.
Yeah.
Agreed there.
Yeah.
If we get him for the right price and we can plug him in at the right, part of our system, I think it could definitely be a good signing. It could be a good signing. Now, how realistic is it? That's another question.
Then again, you could play him if we're up big. I don't want to think that way, but if we are, he can get his snaps there. It's a 17-game season, and people bring up these injuries.
Talk about it.
Like, it's Dobbins and Gus. Look what happened when Nick Boyle went down last year. Yeah. How we went through Luke Wilson and we went through Eric Tomlinson. We had to go. Luke Wilson arguably cost us that game against. I'm not going to say it was all on him, but that drop touchdown. The same thing could happen with the running backs, and we were at a point where we had 3 running backs. We were at a point where we had 3 quality tight ends. Let one go, one gets hurt. Let one of the quality running backs go if one gets hurt. So you can never have enough depth, and I still think you can carry more people on game day like we did last year. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see what else we have from you guys here in the chat. Chris Restonian says, I was like, why Todd Gurley? But hey, I don't make the calls. EDC does. EDC's been making a lot of calls lately, apparently. He's been working.
Hey, and you heard from PQ. We say ADC shows up, but they're ready. They're ready.
They're locked in. Y'all heard it out of Patrick Queen's mouth. Y'all heard it here first on the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel as well if you're not already. Yes. All right. And again, I apologize for my microphone tonight, guys. I promise I will get it fixed by next episode.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we have from you guys here. I see some of you guys talking about T and Keith Martin again. I saw a hot take in here from my guy Falou. He said, "Am I the only one who feels like our expectations are a little high for T. Martin and Keith Williams? I mean, can they pull a miracle and make our receiving core that much better? I don't know. I mean, they certainly can't hurt. You got to look at what the receiving core did in 2019, and that was with David Culley.
The same David Culley who canceled minicamp for the Texans, who have 30 new players on their roster. That one.
Ooh, is that a fact? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That one.
So yeah, Falou, I mean, I think we're getting guys who are a lot more involved, who are a lot more relatable to the guys who we have on the roster. So, and chemistry is everything. And this time around, unlike 2020, they're going to have a lot more time to prepare and kind of mesh together. So yes, I do have high expectations for T. Martin and Keith Williams. I have high expectations for our receiving core just for the simple fact that our receiving core is a lot better than it was last season. From a personnel standpoint. So, yeah.
And for the simple fact, I'm not going to use Bill O'Brien for this comparison because you'll just see why. We went from having a receivers coach. Let's say it's kind of like going from Adam Gase to Andy Reid, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. We went from having a coach who coached receivers who didn't catch one single passing touchdown the whole year when he was with the Chiefs. Then we go to guys who have worked at USC. T. Martin helped make Sam Darnold a high first round draft pick, help Juju Smith-Schuster come out of there, help train Cooper Kupp, and then we have Keith Williams training guys like Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams. Oh, and guess who is a free agent next year and who might want to lead the Green Bay Packers? Devontae Adams. I think he might have a voice in his ear saying, "Come and wear that black and purple." We'll get into that later.
Oh, yeah, I haven't even really thought about that, Devontae Adams.
Yeah, but it's going to be a considerable upgrade, and I think we'll be able to tell it weeks 1 through 3. I don't think it'll, unless Greg Roman does some crazy stuff. I don't think he will. We'll see them all get together and mesh. Because think about our first couple of games last year. Outside of the first one, we struggled the second game against the Texans, but we put up 30 points eventually. LJ Ford had the fumble return for a touchdown. Third game against the Chiefs, struggled. Fourth game against the Washington football team, struggled. Fifth game defense carried us, and we started getting to our mojo. But I think we'll see it from jump. We'll see the offense this going all the way.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see. Our guy Hodog chimes in. Thank you for joining the show tonight, Hodog. He says, "Gentlemen, T. Martin and Keith Williams had to have some say in Todd Gurley making a visit. Would you not think?"
I don't think so. I don't think so
either. I don't think so. I think these guys are really happy with what they have. That's why J.K. Dobbins is putting in so much work in pass catching. We know Gus Edwards can be a good pass catcher. We saw that last season. He even talked about wanting to be more involved in the passing game, which does, make this even a little bit more weirder news. Like we have running backs to kind of check all the boxes. We don't necessarily need Todd Gurley. And I was watching my guy Engraven Videos video earlier, and he was saying that if we were to get Todd Gurley, it would basically just be like the rich getting richer, And
Chiefs do it. Buccaneers do it.
That's true. But they don't do it where they're already stacked, though. They kind of fill a position of need, at least, and sometimes it's a splash play, yes, but they're not stacking up 3 or 4 tight ends because they have Travis Kelce. They're not,
See, their offense is so good. They can only run one tight end. It doesn't matter for them. That's a good point. I guess we'll see, but also the preseason too. I mean, I know he's a former All-Pro running back, but he could just be a camp body if we sign him to a minimum deal. I don't want to believe that, but that's what it could be. I mean, that's why we signed some receivers, camp bodies. But you think if you sign Todd Gurley, he's making a team. You would think that.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Definitely got to make a squad for sure. Let's see. Malo226 says, "Would you guys think the trade bait for Gurley is a reach? I mean, if Eric DeCosta loves draft picks, why not get him and see what happens?" That's possible too, right? Very possible.
It could be, or maybe Gurley wants more money from the Lions. It could be his agent saying, "Let's go and get him a meeting with a team that is better than the team that wants him. Let's see if they can up the ante some more. Give him some more money. It's an agent to get some of that too. It could just be trying to just get some more money. That's all it could be. So it could be more than what we actually think it is, or less. We don't know.
Right. Yeah. We do not know as of yet. And I think you brought up the best point. I mean, listen, guys, this is a 17-game season this year. 17 games. So it's like, as much as we would not, and we hope and we pray that the injury bug does not come over to see the Baltimore Ravens, but things like that are inevitable. It's a very dangerous sport. So if a guy were to go down, then you could just kind of plug and play a Todd Gurley, could you not? Especially with that offensive line that we're building now in Baltimore. He could definitely benefit. He could definitely benefit from that. So, yeah. Let's see. Ramey says, Gurley is open to the whole league. This man is not trade bait. Yeah. Tyler Sugar says, I feel like if it's Gurley's decision, he would join Baltimore because of a winning culture and he grew up a Ravens fan. Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's see. Cam Neal says, Gurley would have just taken Justice's offensive snaps. He still would have been behind Gus. I think Gurley is just driving up his price. But, I mean, Justice Hill, he barely got in the game at running back. He did, maybe 5 snaps?
When I think of him on the field, he was the running back on the field on the 3rd-and-9 run by Lamar against the Titans. He was a pass blocker. He was the blocker. I can't really give you any times he ran the ball last year. Or I know it was probably late in games.
Yeah.
It was very minimal, but he made an impact through special teams. He would be a gunner. He had more highlights tackling people than running the ball and catching the ball.
Yeah.
And I think I was watching Engraven earlier. Gus and JK are a 1A, 1B. They're the starters, both of them. If we could start 2 of them, I would love to. I see the A-Pro, the Steelers COVID game. Okay, yeah, when RG3 threw a flat to him and he got absolutely laid out, RG3 set him up for just failure that game. But yeah, I kind of want him now just because of preseason purposes. Because I don't want Gus and JK getting all these snaps in preseason.
Yeah. And Tyler says here that Justice Hill, he was basically only running the ball in that last Bengals game where we could have broken the single game rushing record, but we sadly sat our starters. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Our guy Moolah Boy Quan in the building says, I would love Todd Gurley in purple and black. We can get him back to his old self. Maybe we could. Like you said, a winning culture.
Wouldn't be using him a lot.
Exactly. Wouldn't use him a whole lot. The offensive line is getting better. Personnel-wise, we'll see how that actually unfolds. But it could definitely be, Gurley were to come to Baltimore and we were to give him at least a couple snaps a game, he might be able to make an impact. So.
Even if it's like a first down or something, just a check down. I'm confident in Gurley getting at least 5 or 6 yards on that check down, and we can see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I just think that, you get Gurley involved, and then it would become a little bit – I feel like it puts more stress and more strain on the offensive coordinator to try to figure out, okay, where do I get these guys to get in where they fit in, How many carries do I give J.K. Dobbins, and then how many carries do we give Gus Edwards, who we just paid, and now he deserves a bigger role, bigger piece of the pie, and then we bring in a Todd Gurley, and on top of that, we still have to threaten Lamar Jackson running the football. So
you said stress on the offensive coordinator on Greg Roman. You know what? Too bad. The stress he gave me last year. You know what? I don't care. I don't let him have that stress because I had the same stress watching his offense a couple of times last year.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So we'll see. We'll continue to monitor the whole Todd Gurley situation and everything like that. But let's go ahead and just kind of segue into the title of the video. Why the 2021 Ravens will be better than 2019 Ravens. Now,
and
this is something
I see there's people coming in that weren't watching earlier. We had a special guest come through. It was the Baltimore Ravens' own new number 6, Patrick Queen. You can go on rewind and watch that. Gave us some great insight. Told us a lot. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You can go and watch it. But yeah, we can go into the title now. So when we think of 2019, what do you think of? Do you think of the blowout wins? Do you think of the unanimous MVP? Do you think about how we just couldn't be stopped until the playoffs?
Right. You know, Alex, I think about a lot of those things, pretty much all of those things. But one thing that really stands out to me is, of course, the fact that going into 2019, the 2019 season, that was the last season that the team had a full off season to prepare properly. You know, and we saw what happened. We saw what happened. So now we're going into the 2021 season, and we're going to have time to prepare. You see, we're in OTAs right now. Training camp starts next week. None of this virtual stuff that we were, doing last year. And also, what I was asking Patrick Queen about when he was on the show just now, the culture, the mentality, we saw all the time. For those of you guys who watch the Ravens Wired, if you don't watch the Ravens Wired videos after each and every game, what are you doing? You need to watch them. But you could see just how close-knit that team was, and just how, like, everybody rallied around each other. And, and it just made for, like, a great vibe, a great environment on that sideline. You could just see it. Like, you could feel the energy watching on TV. And when you can feel the energy through a screen, like, it's real. It's real. So that definitely was something that I feel like going into this season, and that's, like I said, that's why I was asking Patrick Queen, like, what is it like, man? And he was like, yeah, I mean, the vibe is like a whole different vibe, man. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to ball out. And I think they're going to carry that energy into this season. And we're not going to be having, like, warm-up weeks, like weeks 1 through 6. And, we hit our rock bottom when we play the Patriots on a Sunday night and we end up losing. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to start this season in a better stride. I really think we will.
It's crazy to think about. We played this New England Patriots on Sunday night these past 2 years, and think about the differences in those games. We played them here. The bank was rocking. They were undefeated. Yeah. They couldn't be stopped. They had no answer for us. This past year we played them in New England, torrential downpour, no fans, and we just looked poor.
Yeah.
Poor. Yeah, that's actually pretty crazy to think of. And when you were asking Patrick Quinn about the culture, man, notice who we said first. He didn't say any other players. He said Harbs, EDC, Bashotti.
Yeah, that says something.
Well, I'm not lying. You can go and rewind it.
You can rewind.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But
so see. And we both believe it starts at the top. I believe if you want to have a great organization, it starts at the top. I mean, look at these teams. Texans, they don't have a good organization. Why? Look at their owner. Look at the GMs. Look at the head coach. Look at the Jets when they had Gase. Never looked good,
Right. You know what they say, a fish rots from the head down, guys. So let's see.
Yeah.
I got Keeping It Real in the house says, what's going on, guys? What's up, Keeping It Real?
Man?
Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for coming through. And Graven says, oh, we deep in here. Yeah, we deep in here, man. And we have a comment from Raven Ron. Big shout out to Raven Ron. Thank you so much for joining the stream tonight. Says the 2021 Ravens have a better wide receiver group on paper versus the 2019 Ravens. Equals more points, more exciting plays downfield. And that's a very good point that our guy Raven Ron brings up. We didn't see a whole lot of exciting plays down the field. We saw I think the longest pass Lamar had was week 1, that one to Hollywood.
Was it?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
Because the Monday night game was 45. Trace's was 70 something. That's Trace.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, man. And like our guy Raven Ron says, I mean, we have a better wide receiving core on paper, at least, than we did in the 2019 season. And there's no shot to the guys in the 2019 season like Seth Roberts, of course, Willie Snead, Chris Moore, a couple of the guys.
And you're saying no shots, but one of those guys dropped a wide open, easy touchdown against the Titans. We'll leave it at that.
We won't say any names on who specifically did it. If you want to know, you can go back and watch yourself. But now we've got the likes of Sammy Watkins. We've got Hollywood Brown coming into his own in his third season. We've got Rashad Bateman, first-round pick out of Minnesota, so we're very excited for him. And, of course, Mark Andrews as well. Mark Andrews is definitely going to ball out. We know he's going to go crazy this season. Remember a couple episodes we called our new wide receiving core the Zone Busters, taking inspiration from the Ghostbusters. The Zone Busters, because the Ravens play against a lot of zones. So we'll see how they do this year with this new and improved receiving core.
Yeah.
Right, let's see. Our guy Deep Mahmood says the 2020 Ravens were the Avengers fighting Thanos in Infinity War. 2022 Ravens are the Avengers fighting Thanos in Endgame. Okay, my guy Deep Mahmood looking ahead there. I see you. Raven Ron also says if Lamar passes MVP year, then that means he must be winning the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's like the next kind of step, you know. And we say it on this channel, right?
Yeah, we've done it all except the big one.
Yeah, and we say it on this channel a lot. Like this season kind of feels like AFC Championship game or bust. You know,
that's what it is.
And when we say bust, it doesn't mean like, you know, we're gonna blow up the team or anything like that. But
we're gonna come here and say, "Oh, fire this person, cut this person."
Right.
No.
It would just be pretty disappointing for us to get bounced out again in the earlier rounds of the playoffs,
or even not make it. That's always a possibility. Look at the Niners; they have talent and they got hit. Yeah,
yeah. I got K-Dog says, smash that like button. Absolutely. We got about 82 people watching right now. Big shout out to all you guys watching live. If you're not watching live and you're watching the replay, you're part of the hashtag replay gang. Hi, hello. Thank you guys for joining the stream. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. Tony Hendo says, hopefully Mark Andrews fixes his big game and end zone problems.
You know what's crazy? He had 5 drops last year.
Yeah.
3 of them were in that game against the Chiefs.
So it kind of feels like that's more of like a mental thing, you know, something that he can definitely, you know, improve on. And as guys get older, more mature, and they get used to being in this league, playing with grown men, like Patrick Queen said, he's a young kid going in and playing against grown men.
We're both older than Patrick Queen. Let's just put it in perspective.
Yeah.
I'm 22, and I'm older than Patrick Queen. So think about that. He came in at 20 years old. Think about that.
That is crazy. But yeah, man, I'm not worried about Mark Andrews. Yes, he has had some drops in big games, but I think that's more of a mental thing than anything else, and I think he can definitely fix that. And we'll see it. Yeah. We'll see it going into this season.
And he was triple team, double team every single play. Give Mandrews 101. What'd you say about him? What'd you say?
Hey, he's gonna be top 2, not 2. And you know what that means. He's gonna be number 1 tight end. I'm telling y'all. And this is another reason why. I mean, you said he was double and triple covered a lot of the time. Now you're not going to be able to do that with Sammy Watkins, Rashad Bateman, Hollywood Brown. You're just not going to be able to do that as easily as you could have in past years. So that's another reason why the 2021 Ravens will be even better, in my opinion, and Alex's opinion too. I think we can speak for both of us, why they're going to be better than the 2019 Ravens. And I see you guys, Mandrews. Yeah, Mandrews going to eat. He's going to get his this season for sure. So let's see what we have here. Our guy, Moolah Boy Quan says, Lamar Jackson's passing is looking more crisp and clean. I've noticed that he's throwing to the receivers on the outside. I'm loving that. Outside the numbers, yeah, you've seen a lot of that work in OTAs, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we've seen the bad ones, but they can focus on that. It's getting the receivers' hands, but it can look bad in OTAs and training camp, but when it comes to week 1, it looks fine. So let's not worry about that.
Yeah, we won't worry about that, guys. Let's see. Our guy Cam Neal says, big game focus, needs more consistency. That's it. He's a top 3 tight end, not 3, if he fixes that. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let's see. Beckett Mesco says, thank you for joining the stream, man. He says, Andrew does not have drop issues. It's more of a big game mentality issue. Yes, we agree. Looking to see a huge step from him.
And let's just talk about some of our, what would you consider our big games last year? Like big, like win or die. Let's talk
I mean, obviously that Chiefs game, that Sunday night game. Was that a Monday night? That was Monday night.
That was Monday night. I'm going to bring up the stats right now. We can just talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
So you said week 3 against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right. Let me pull it on up. 2020. He had 8 targets, 3 receptions for 22 yards with 3 drops. We can keep on going down. Would you consider the Pittsburgh Steelers game a big game? The first one.
Yeah. The Pittsburgh Steelers game? Yeah, I would definitely consider that for sure.
6 targets, 3 catches, 32 yards. We can keep on going. Tennessee.
Yeah.
The first 5 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown on 7 targets. So he should one. There's one. But there was that drop bad pass. Remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
So what do you want to? You want to go because if he catches that, I think we win the game. I think it puts us deep in their territory.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We know that Mark Andrews is the security blanket for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, he really does trust Mark Andrews. And I think that their relationship, year to year, on the field and off the field, it gets better and better. You saw them working out together in the offseason. You saw them hanging out together in the offseason.
In Arizona.
In Arizona, yeah. Mark Andrews, you can kind of see when he talks in front of like the media too. You can tell how mature he's gotten, and just how ready to work he is, man. And I can't wait to see him on the field. I think that, like my guy Beckett said, man, it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing more than anything. And I think that he can definitely fix that. And he'll have like the big games that we play this season. So who's on our schedule this season? We don't have the Titans, but we do have the Chiefs, of course. I don't think we play the Bills during the regular season.
No, because we not win the division, thankfully. Thankfully,
Right.
the Steelers had them. But before I go through that, I just want to go through the other big games real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Cleveland Monday night, 6 targets, 5 catches, 78 yards. When I think of that game, I think of that little circus backyard play where it was like a curl route. He sees Lamar's rolling. He turns around, catches a big gain. Then after that, Jacksonville, 5 for 66, a touchdown. The Giants, 6 for 76. Cincy, 4 for 27. That game was done and dusted. But here's where I kind of look at it more. The playoffs.
Yeah.
Tennessee, 4 catches, 41 yards, 6 targets. Okay? The game against the Bills, 11 targets, 4 catches, 28 yards. 7 yards per catch. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. And listen, guys, again, we're going to say it again. I think that this season in 2021, with us being able to stretch the field, because that's so important, especially the tight ends. Tight ends need more room to operate. And if we can stretch the football field and spread defenses out, I think Mark Andrews is definitely going to benefit from that. And not only is he going to benefit from that in just, games where we play like subpar 500 and below teams, but it's going to be like against big games. It's going to be against, really good teams.
Yeah, let me pull up our schedule. I got you.
Definitely. One that I have circled, a game that I have circled, the Chargers. I got Mark Andrews going off for 2 touchdowns in that game. I'm calling it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's our schedule. Raiders, Chiefs, Lions. I'm going week 1, week 2. I want to see Mark Andrews ball out. The Raiders are no pushover. They beat the Saints week 1, Monday night last year. They are going to come and play us hard. John Gruden will get that team ready. Lions, Broncos, I'm not worried about that unless we see Rodgers or Watson go there. That's kind of iffy right now. Where you're talking about Colts, Chargers, those 2 games, we got to see it again. We have to.
Yeah.
And then we have Bengals, Vikings, Dolphins. Maybe Dolphins, not worried. Bears, not worried. Browns, Steelers, Browns, Packers.
Yeah.
Browns, Steelers, Browns, Packers.
That's 4 big games in a row.
One more time. Browns, Steelers, Browns, Packers. If we get out of that 2-2, I'm happy.
Oh man, I hope we get out of that at least 3-1. Honestly.
Yeah, but I just think we got. If I want to consider the Browns a threat, they better beat us one of those games. You cannot play a team back to back with a bye week and lose to them twice. That's embarrassing. Yeah. And then it goes Bengals, Rams, Steelers. Rams and Steelers, obviously, but I feel like the week 18 against the Steelers, I don't think that'll mean much. Maybe for the Steelers or maybe for us, we don't know yet. But yeah.
All right, let's see what we have here from you guys talking about the offense. Beckett also says the Chiefs and Bills games are the ones that stand out the most for me this season out of Mark Andrews. Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely fair to say.
And those were our 2 biggest. That and the Titans was our biggest game of the year. I mean, playoffs always big, and then the Chiefs game, you got to beat them. You heard it when we asked Patrick Queen, I asked who was the hardest person. He didn't say no. He said the hardest team. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek, McCole, Mahomes, Chiefs.
He also mentioned how nasty a duo of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt is.
And when we went back to back. we play them 2 and 3 games. So
yeah,
man,
it's going to be a rough stretch with the Steelers in between that. It's going to be a rough stretch for sure. But I think our guys are ready for it.
for sure.
Another thing that I would like to see out of the Ravens offense, and I also saw, I think, it was in Graven talking about this the other day, more up-tempo offense. And you talk about it all the time, Alex. You absolutely hate how the Ravens scramble into the line with like 5 seconds left, try to get a playoff, knowing they got to send guys in motion.
Illegal formation, delay a game, using a timeout.
Right.
Hate it.
Would you like to see more hurry-up offense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we talked about this only more in Graven's question with subscribers. Why not let Lamar call some of the plays?
Yeah.
We have a preseason now. Let's give him 2 drives calling the plays. Let's see what happens. Maybe 1 drive. Why not? Let's just see. What's the worst that can happen? We lose a preseason game? Oh, whoop-de-doo. We don't care.
Right. Yeah, man. And I think that running that up-tempo offense, it really allows us to lean on teams a lot more with the run game. And you can see it like in that Colts game last year. That second half, the first half we were struggling on offense.
Terrible.
Second half, we came out up the pace, up the tempo on those boys, and they just could not stop us. They did not have an answer for it. And I love to see more of that.
And you know what Lamar did to start off the second half? 10 for 10.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. Lamar was out there wheeling and dealing, that's for sure. But, yeah, you know what the Ravens love to do. We specialize. We're the best running football team in the world. And we want to
of all time, record-wise, too.
That's also true. And we want to lean on teams with the run game. So just running that up tempo and having like a guy like J.K. Dobbins. Imagine being a defense and the Ravens are running an up tempo offense against you with Gus Edwards in the backfield, and he's going to be just hammering through the line every single time without remorse. And then before you know it, they hit you with a play action. The safeties and the linebackers get sucked in a little bit, and then look who's open downfield. Is that Hollywood Brown? And Lamar throws it deep, and then I just think that the possibilities are really endless, man. Our personnel and with our time to prepare. See, the Ravens are kind of like Batman, man. I don't know you don't listen, watch a lot of.
You always use these references. I don't know.
But the Ravens are a lot like Batman. And for all my Batman fans, everybody knows what everybody says about Batman. Batman can beat anybody. He can do anything, beat anyone, as long as he has preparation time. He can beat anyone. Superman, anybody. That's how the Ravens are, man. You can see what happens when we have time to prepare. 2019, we really came out firing on all cylinders, and you see what happened. We went 14-2. Last year, we kind of got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Yes, we went out and we smashed the Browns week 1, but then we kind of struggled in the weeks following after that, and then we finished the season strong. But I think we just weren't nearly as prepared as we should have been. And now with the proper prep time, the Ravens can definitely be better in 2021 than they were in 2019.
Yeah, simple as that.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna go ahead and move on from that topic now.
While we're moving on, I kind of want to pose a question.
Sure.
There was the Twitter Spaces, right? You can all chat in there. There was one going on Ravens fans today. How would you guys feel if we had one? Like, if you want to do like after the show, like when would you? Any day, I'm down. I'm honestly down for whatever.
I'm down too to chat it up with all of you guys, the Reign Gang. We can start a Reign Gang like Twitter space. If you guys don't follow me or Alex on Twitter, make sure you guys follow us. You can follow us. I think our ad handles are exactly how you see it right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Exactly like that. So you can find us both on Twitter. So let's make that happen. Because we would love to chop it up with you guys and hear you guys' voices and everything. So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We have another super chat donation coming in from our guy Gerald.
Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you again. He says, sudden death and Simply AS10, do you have the Ravens winning against the Chiefs? I know Simply does not.
I do not. Not in the regular season. But when it's AFC Championship at Arrowhead and we win and Anthony Averett picks him off to seal it, I don't know. I'm telling you, Anthony's going to do it.
Yeah.
Then yes. But we're going 1-1, losing the regular season, winning the playoffs. Bet on it.
We'll be playing against a fairly angry Chiefs team just coming off the Super Bowl loss. Patrick Mahomes wants to go 20-0, and I know he wants to beat the Ravens and hold Lamar down.
He needs to remove that gut he has.
Trust me, it'll be gone. It'll be gone by the time the season starts. He'll be slinging all around the field. But I think that we can beat the Chiefs, man. I think we can beat the Chiefs. I think we have the personnel to where even if we do end up getting behind, we can say, okay, look, we don't have to run the whole game. We can go 5 wide and let Lamar work from there, because we know what Lamar does with 5 wide. He can actually play. He can throw the football. He can wheel and deal, and he can make something happen. So I think this year with the personnel changes, with the new coaches and things like that, I think our defense is going to be even better than it was last year. I know we lost a lot of pieces, but I expect really big things out of some of our rookies and even out of some of our second-year guys, especially like Patrick Queen, man. We just got done talking to him. He barely had time to prepare last season, and you saw what he did his very first game in the NFL. He had 8 tackles, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. So you can just imagine what him and all the other guys, the second-year guys, will probably do in their second season with more time to prepare. So, yeah, man, I think we can, get the better of the Chiefs in week 2. I really do.
And I mean, while we're talking about games, just a little friendly reminder: come August 28th at 6 p.m. What is that? You know what that is?
What's that?
Ravens Washington preseason. In case you didn't know, we will be there in attendance. Probably cheap seats, but we might have to move on down. Definitely will be tailgating. Yeah. So yeah,
definitely will be tailgating for sure. You said that's August 28th, right?
August 28th, 6.
Cool. August 28th, for sure. Yeah. Make sure you guys listen. If you guys are in the Baltimore or the Maryland area and you want to meet up with us, make sure you guys August 28th come out and come see us. Let's see. We have a super chat donation coming in from none other than K-Dog himself.
K-Dog. Thank you. Thank
you so much, and we appreciate you. Everything that you've done. You are a true day one, day zero. In fact. Purple Rain Pioneer, for sure. He says, congrats on your first interview and hopefully many more. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, man.
And like I said, we wouldn't be here without you. We wouldn't have been able to get Patrick Queen on the show without everybody watching us, listening us, supporting us. We started this midway through the year last year, and we started off at the worst time possible. The Ravens won against the Colts, then we went on a 3-game skid. And those episodes were so depressing. We had to talk about what was wrong with the Ravens, and we got hit with the Rona, and then we had to go through dude, what is going on? Then we turned it around. But I can't wait for the season this year. It's gonna be so much fun. I know we have so much stuff planned. Just wait. So thank you again for all the continued support, and thank you again, K-Dog, for the donation.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, this is just the beginning. And we appreciate you guys for rocking out with us for this far or for this long. But we got a long journey ahead of us, guys. So we appreciate you guys so much. We love all of the Reign Gang. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already. And also, if you're new to the Reign Gang, you're kind of new to all this craziness here. Patrick Queen being on the show, us talking Ravens football here. Simply AS10 and I. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And we didn't even mention this tonight, but we do have an Instagram page. We have an Instagram page. You can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast to get all updates for everything Purple Rain. You can see the @ handle is right above us up there. So, with that being said, we're about an hour in. I think we can go ahead and segue into our favorite segment of the night.
Yes.
That is going to be the Reign Gang Q&A.
Questions
and answers, where you guys can ask us literally anything you want. Anything you want. It doesn't have to be about Ravens football. It can be. It could be about any other NFL team, any other sport, any other thing in life, anything. It doesn't have to be about sports either. So you can ask us anything about anything. Make sure you guys leave your questions in the live chat. And also, if you're watching after the fact and you're part of the hashtag replay gang, make sure you leave your comments down below.
Down below.
Yes. All right. So let's see. We're going to kick it off per usual with our guy, Void. He says, are the kids eating? Are they eating? Can we get a like check? What's going on?
Oh, boy. We are at 85 likes.
Okay.
What do you think? They are eating. Most definitely. Definitely.
They're eating. Yes, sir.
I can't skip over a good chance for a Stephen A. Smith meme. I have to pull it out.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Another question we have. This one comes from Hodog. Says, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Gerald Lawson came first. G Money. G Money came first.
G-Money. Yeah, that's my answer too. I like that answer. Okay. Next question. Make sure you guys get your questions in there tonight, guys. Let's see. We have another one coming from Malo226. Malo226 says, do you guys think we should get Todd Gurley and use him in a trade if a team needs a running back?
We could, but I don't think they will. I don't think they'll go after Gurley. Yeah, I don't think Gurley will be the one they're going after at the end of the trade because he's available right now. They really wanted him, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Sis comes in with our next question here. It says Prime Chavez versus Prime Pacquiao. Man, Julio Cesar Chavez versus Manny Pacquiao. I'm gonna go Manny Pacquiao, man. Manny Pacquiao was just different in his prime, man. And it's a shame that he fought Floyd Mayweather out of his prime. They both kind of fought out of their prime. I mean, it's crazy that Floyd Mayweather's still fighting too, and Pacquiao's actually still fighting as well. But in their prime, I'm gonna take Pacquiao for sure. Definitely take Pacquiao. Let's see. Gerald said we ignored his question. I didn't see a question from.
Hold up, I can see. Yeah, he said I hear you correctly. Yes, I do have us losing to the Chiefs in week 2 and winning in the AFC Championship.
I got us winning.
Come on,
winning both of those games, man. I feel like it's our time. Our back is up against the wall when it comes to the Chiefs, man. We can't afford to lose to those guys again, man. I think what it would do, like, for the mentality, it's like, come on, we lost these guys 4 times in a row? Can we really get to the Super Bowl if we can't get through these guys? Like, seriously, come on now. All right, let's see. We have a super chat donation. This one comes from Mod Boz, none other than
thank you,
Mod Boz. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. Another Purple Rain pioneer says, it's really crazy. Alex and I play with Patrick Queen on Mutt Squads, and now he's on the podcast. So proud of you guys. Let's get Haskins on next. Hashtag
Yeah, last year, had his 99 card. Now it's 97 I have in my team. So yeah, it is really crazy. I made his rookie highlights last year, and he posted my highlights on his Instagram this year. Life's crazy. That's why he's got to keep working, man. But if we could get listen, if Haskins isn't in the strip club, then we can get him one. We can try. We can try.
We'll try. We'll reach out to him. All right. Thank you so much, Boz. We appreciate you, bro. Let's see. Next question comes from Michael the Hawks fan. Shout out to him. He says, y'all finna listen to that new Polo G album tonight.
That and the Pierre Bourne. I'm listening to. I'm actually more excited for the Migos album on Sunday.
I'm about to say, the Migos album drops tonight.
Yeah. No, that's Sunday. Sunday. Is it tonight or Sunday?
Oh,
I think it's the third. I think it's the 13th it drops. I'm pretty sure. Because I pre-saved it through Apple Music.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if it drops tonight, then I know what I'm listening to.
June 13th.
At the gym in the morning for sure. Oh, yeah, June 13th? Okay, cool. All right, but thank you, Michael, for your question. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. Click One is in the building. Shout out to you, Click One. I think you missed most of the show tonight. But we did have Patrick Queen on, so make sure you rewind and check that out too, because we know that you are a very, very loyal supporter of the channel. Let's see. He says, hey, Sutton and Simply, this isn't really a question. It's more of my opinion, but I think Gus is better than JK. What do you guys have to say about that?
I think in different aspects of their game they are. I'm taking Gus power running, but I'm taking JK with his cuts, his elusiveness, and his all-out speed.
Right.
I'm taking Gus's hands too. So I mean, neither of them. I can't go better. I'm going situations, short yardage. I'm going Gus. First and 10, second and 10. I'm going JK. But I mean, it's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have, man. You have different tools for different jobs, right?
Exactly.
Like you said, man, third and short, we can give that to Gus. We know he's going to pound it up the middle, probably get 5 yards, So I definitely think that no, they're not. I don't think one is better than the other. They just complement each other very, very well, very, very well. Let's see. We have another super chat donation coming in from Noel. Thank you so much. That's so proud of y'all. Hashtag Rain Gang. Thank you, Noel. We appreciate you.
If we're speaking Purple Rain pioneers, it's going to be one of them. Got to be.
Definitely a Purple Rain pioneer. Let's see what else we have here from you guys. Boyd coming in with another question here. Would you run a shovel option with Gus Edwards and Todd in the backfield, JK in the slot coming up on a sweep? When he gets to the tackle, we hike the ball, fake, or hand off to Gus, Lamar, and Todd Gurley, sprint right and shovel to JK or Todd Gurley. This is a lot, Void. This is a whole lot.
Void, you're drawing up like plays on the yard in Madden right now.
X's
I don't know what.
X's and O's, man. We don't know.
Whatever will help us score. Whatever helps us score.
Yeah, if it helps us score, then definitely.
There was one up earlier from our boy Beckett. He said, we buying into Roman saying the offense would change this season or not? Because we've heard it before. And indeed, we have heard it before. So, we've heard everything about this Ravens offense under center Lamar. But, will it happen? Should we get our hopes up?
I think we have every right to get our hopes up. And it's because it's bigger than Greg Roman. You got to look at what we've added to the Ravens. Like, not only personnel-wise with, the wide receivers. We added 2 new wide receivers. And then, we've actually added more, but 2 big-name wide receivers, one through the draft and one through free agency with Sammy Watkins. And then also, like we always talk about, we've got some new coaches as well. T. Martin, Keith Williams. I really think that's going to help out the passing game, because Keith Williams is a passing game coordinator and T. Martin is a certified bona fide wide receivers coach. So I think that we have every right to feel like this offense will indeed forge a new identity, unlike last year where that's what they said, but we didn't really see it. But, you can't really – it's hard to make huge adjustments mid-season, It's really hard to make adjustments mid-season. Yeah. But when you have an entire offseason, you have OTAs, you have a training camp, you have all these things, I think we have every right to get our hopes up.
Fair enough. I see a question from our boy Jason Ridley. Can you just bring this up? Because I just.
Jason Ridley, is it this one?
Yeah. Sutton, to be honest, based off your sitting posture, you look 6'4". Is that correct, Alex? I have a sneaky feeling that you're 6'3". Is that correct? Just asking, guys. Just wondering.
Oh God.
I wish.
You flatter me, Jason. Stop flattering me, Jason. Don't do that. Definitely not 6'4", like Alex said. I wish I was 6'4". I wish I was 6 feet. I'm actually 5'10". I'm 5'10", man.
And I'm actually 5'8". So, hashtag short kings.
The short kings. He said, judging by the posture, I guess that means I have good posture. I don't know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Let's see. What else do we have from here? We'll take a couple more from you guys. Let's see. Darius D. Official, our guy Darius, says, who are you guys' early MVPs for the season, 21-22 season? Early MVP?
Lamar Jackson has to be up there. Come on.
Yeah, I think Lamar definitely deserves to be in the conversation. He's definitely probably top 5 odds. Would that be fair?
Yeah. Mahomes. Herbert.
Right. Josh Allen.
And Josh Allen.
Last year they were saying Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
But this year they were not for whatever reason. I think
Kyler Murray could
get better.
I think he could. I mean, he has an offseason, a normal offseason again,
right, with
DeAndre Hopkins. I think he could be up there. I want to say Russ. Russ is going to cook the first 8 weeks and just fall off the face of the earth. We can't count out Aaron Rodgers, the bad man.
Can't count him out, man. The reigning MVP at the moment. So, hey. But, yeah. Thank you for your question, Darius. We appreciate you as always. Let's see if we have any more from you guys. Christopher Swain, our guy Christopher Swain, another Purple Rain pioneer here since day one, says, who will be the team sack leader this season?
It would be like a 4-way tie between like Marlon Humphrey, Calais Campbell. Like,
not Marlon Humphrey. Come on. Jesus, man.
I want to say Owe, but I like what I see from Dalen Hayes.
Really?
I'm gonna go Dalen Hayes.
Get enough playing time?
Yeah. If we don't sign an edge rusher, I'll go Hayes. If we do, if we get Justin Houston, I'll say Houston. If that makes sense. But I expect Owe to be up there too.
Yeah. I think Owe will be up there. Dalen Hayes definitely can make a strong case. Pernell McPhee, he could be in there somewhere. But I think one that's underrated, a lot of people aren't talking about, it might not come in first, but I got Justin Madubuike, man. I feel like he's going to get a couple sacks.
Okay.
I can see him getting 3 or 4 of them this season. I really could. I watch him in OTAs, man. He is a violent competitor at the line of scrimmage, and we've seen that since his college days in Notre Dame. But he's really, really good, man. He's only getting better. Yeah. We cannot sleep on Justin Madubuike, man. But yeah. Let's see. All right. Thank you for your question, Christopher Swain. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here with our guy Click One. Says, who from our Ravens roster is most likely to make a first team All Pro? On offense, I would say Ronnie Stanley, and for defense, I think either Humphrey or even Tyus Bowser.
Lamar Jackson, Ronnie Stanley for the offense. Mark Andrews hasn't shown me enough to go above Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I
feel that.
I don't think Dobbins will. I think Henry will be All Pro from the AFC.
Probably, more than likely.
Defense, Marlowe.
Definitely Marlowe.
And Patrick Queen.
Yes, sir. Y'all heard it here first. PQ, first team All Pro. I agree with that, bro. We'll actually take one more here from another newcomer to the Purple Rain podcast, Raven Ron. Thank you so much for joining the stream, man. He says, do we have a first ever 3 1,000-yard rushers this season? Lamar, JK, and Gus.
No, I don't think so. Gus has never amassed more than 750 yards, I believe, in his season. And he can hit 1K if he was given the snaps, but I think we're going to be doing some more. I think we're going to have one 1,000-yard rusher this year. I think it'll be J.K. Dobbins. I think Gus will have around 700 again. Lamar hopefully around 800, 900. But I don't think it'll be 3 1,000. I hope you can prove me wrong.
I would say by all means, prove us wrong. But for Lamar, JK, and Gus to all have 1,000-yard rushing seasons, like that would mean that we're not passing all that much, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I see it being a little bit more balanced. So I don't see all three of those guys getting 1,000 yards, but I think that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for us tonight for the question segment. Thank you guys so much for putting your questions, participating in that. Probably our favorite segment for sure.
Easily. Right. How can I not?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 56 of the Purple Rain podcast. This has probably been our best episode yet. I think just by super default.
Listen, we've hit 170, 180 viewers before.
Right.
Cool and all. But the experience that we had tonight, I would definitely tell my kids about 100%.
Second,
100.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not every day you get to interview, a guy who gets interviewed by actual, professionals. So this is pretty cool. And like I said, thank you everybody for making this happen again. Wouldn't happen without you guys.
No, would not. None of this would happen without you guys. So we appreciate you guys so much. If you are just getting in here, make sure you rewind, watch from the beginning, because this is a really good episode. So let's see. Raven Ron says, wear CJ Mosley jerseys for next episode.
I have one.
I know, yeah. You should throw it on. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning into episode 56 of the Purple Rain podcast. Before you go, like the video. Also, if you're new and you enjoyed the content tonight, make sure you subscribe. Because there's going to be more content coming your way very, very soon. And with that being said, I'll let our guy Alex take us out.
Thank you for coming through to episode 56 of the Purple Rain podcast. I'm your boy, Simply AS10. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Simply AS10 or on Instagram, simplyas10.prod. Yeah, right there. And you can find this guy on Instagram and Twitter at Sutton Def. It's that easy. I mean, you don't have to type in it. It's just Sutton Def. But before we go, stay positive, test negative, and don't forget to level up.
Yeah, hashtag level up. Shout out to Patrick Queen, man. And most importantly, make sure you guys call God, man. And we're going to catch you guys in the next one.